Got it.
Got it and done. All right.
Well, all right. Howdy, y'all. How's everybody doing today? It is your good brother in Christ, Sean Lee Mail. And you know that all is well. And bro, good brother, what was that other appellation or nickname the bros gave me? What was that? Braveheart. What?
Braveheart,
What?
Braveheart. Yeah, it's hilarious, bro. You kicked it off like that, man. Islam, how you doing?
And I'm here with my good brother. And he is.
Peace and greetings to y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco with Northwest Maxim. How are you? All right, guys. Intuition Monday, Gemini full moon, right? Full moon Gemini. Let's get it, bro. How are you?
Indeed, I think this will be we got like a fortnight. Actually, no, I think it's next Monday that's happening. But guys, if if it's your first time, shout out to everybody that's here with us every live, every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. For Intuition Monday, we take one chart, slice it up into 12 pieces of the pie, and we have a glorious feast with our delineations. So for this strong, I'll be doing all the starting out. 1 through 3, 7 through 9. Maybe I can start delegating. Like maybe I can do like the sixth house, and like Hassan does like the seventh house. So I got that.
Yo,
But
stop, yeah.
without further
Stop, bro.
notice, guys, we're gonna just get this thing going and flash testimonies. So let me screen share here, and we'll just get this started. So we don't need a new share move. Got the way. All right, so we'll be getting this started out in the Pisces zone, and in the fashion, brother Hassan voice, with the Phuket, Thailand is where we will be starting out at.
Phuket, Thailand.
All right, guys. So we have this full moon occurring at 4 degrees Gemini and Sagittarius. We have Moon in the first house. We got Sun in the seventh. Right, and we're thinking about flying here is what these degrees are. Aviation, flying here. So, but also mental stability. So what I'm really just getting for near the Phuket, Thailand area, right? First house moon this is all about mental communication here, right? Um, Mercury's ruling over the moon, and it is definitely in the eighth, and it's detriment, but it's very calming. Like we'll be able to have these conversations pertaining to ourselves, how we view the world, contracts, and the things that we have done within our own homes, within our own temple, within our own self. And what seems to be, let's see, Jupiter is in the 12th. It's interesting. So maybe there's like some psychic activation here that's occurring. But guys, really just allow yourselves to have these conversations, with yourself and with your loved ones. And even with those that you might be, doing investments or any kind of dealings or trading with, and really just allow your spiritual self to expand and improve and really just see the beauty in the unseen and really see the value rather than so focused and focused on what you can see. What about what you can't? Mm-hmm. So with that, I will yield the floor for the Pisces zone. So let's move on back to the Aquarius zone. So now we have Luna in the second, and now Sol's in the eighth house. All right, and we are near Male, probably Malay, Maldives. That's what I'm gonna say. And this is definitely next Monday, right? The 27th of November. All right, so
Maldives. Yeah.
Maldives. Oh wow. So yeah, moon in the second, sun in the eighth. So we're thinking about, material possessions, but also those possessions that are held in trust by trustees, right? Executors, fiduciaries. Guys, so yeah, once again, do that foreign communication. Start drafting up the notices, right? And don't worry about the delays or what has been delayed. Damn, fake plane. What has been delayed now will start to come in full effect. With this and sun in the eighth, that's definitely in its own triplicity. All right. Jupiter term. So, guys, really just allow yourself to master yourself. Hopefully, everyone has been really doing this self reflection of the things that they found valuable and things that they don't find valuable with this Jupiter retrograde. And as Mercury slows down, guys, make sure that you're wrapping up and finishing any last minute projects. Before Mercury does his yearly retrograde, right? Well, not yearly retrograde, but usually about 4 times. So make sure y'all are just doing the necessary finishing and allowing yourself to really be transformed and moving forward, coming off of that Sun Mars Kazemi. I think that we can start to start receiving things from the seeds that we planted in the springtime with this full moon, and allow ourselves just to keep moving forward. And with that, I yield. All right, Aquarius, so you at Capricorn now. All right, now moving on along to the Capricorn zone, and we are near Awali, Bahrain. All right, and this is definitely occurring next Monday as well at 12, 16, 18. All right, so now we have Moon in the third, Sun in the ninth. So both the luminaries are in their joy, right? You got Pisces on the rise, being ruled by Jupiter, which is 2 houses away. So, yeah, guys, really allow yourself to remove any creative blocks that is preventing yourself to be of service either to yourself, well, to yourself first and foremost, pardon me, but also to the people. What's really hindering you? Is it, something within your own home? Was it in your early upbringing, early education? Or is it something that one isn't able to grasp with the context of the higher learning due to the early education training that, brings cause for the cognitive dissonance to things? As we, just went in yesterday in the Holy Quran of chapter 17 about the anthropomorphic Jesus. Some people might not be able to realize that it's really within, rather than looking outer. But with its full moon, you're able to take the early childhood things and start to apply and see the higher learning in different cultures that's always been there for yourself. Saturn's in its joy. So there's really no way out of moving forward and, seeing the light, even if you don't want to see it. It would only just cause further delays and restrictions if one doesn't allow themselves to strip of the things that is no longer in harmony with their temple, your body, and also the walls that one would call shelter a home. So just do that necessary communicating and be prepared to do some review of things that are foreign, to yourself and your career, and just know that things are coming. If it has things that have been made clear, just know that it will be in due time, but just to be prepared and ready. And with that, I step back, bro, and I add it. And I'm behind the back today to you.
Indeed. Going to the Sagittarius zone, guys, we'll see that the moon will be in the 4th house and the sun will be in the 10th house. As Brother Sean mentioned, this is 4 degrees Gemini is mental stability in aviation. 4 degrees Sagittarius is aviation. So I think that the people are going to be thinking some pretty fly things here, right? Aviation. Okay, anyway. With that being said, though, we're seeing that the moon has its accidental dignity, terrestrial dignity, so to speak, in the 4th house, even though it's in the sign 12th, to which it rules. Very, very interesting to see. Not only is it in Mercury's terms, but triplicity ruler here, by this being a daytime chart, is Saturn. So we can look to both Mercury and Saturn and see even more just for this particular. Really, when the sun is above the horizon, right? For all our testimonies, while the sun is above the horizon, we can look to Mercury and Saturn. And once we get to the sun being below the horizon, you'll see there will be a triplicity rulership change due to the chart then being nocturnal. However, overall, what we're seeing here with Saturn actually ruling the chart, right? Ascendant in Saturn terms being ruled by Saturn, while Moon is on Saturn's terms, right? Sun is on its own terms, very interestingly so. While in, I'm pardon me, his own triplicity. Forgive me, Sun's in his own triplicity while in Jupiter terms. So very interesting to just kind of list that things. Now, what does all of that mean, Hassan? Well, it's really showing me that the people are going to have to take their time in making sure they are communicating what they intend to be able to reap quote unquote benefits from or have a favorable reply about. So it's going to have to be a bit of patience when communicating, especially with those that may not necessarily comprehend what it is that you're saying. However, the people are willing to reflect on that communication and study that which you are communicating, to them. So overall, what I'll say here is any delay, right, that one may experience through electronic communications of any kind, make sure you just allow yourself to build yourself spiritually, so to speak. Take a breath, be calm, and let things actually play out so that you can be able to allow yourself to take a bit of a wisdom inventory to see how you're doing. I will say overall too, with this particular one here, the people, it will do the people justice to make sure not only are they reflecting their subconscious mind and heart when it comes to their standing, right? I would also say for this particular portion of the Sagittarius zone near Pretoria, South Africa, this is where astrology also, for what I'm saying, is just going to be pretty evident and being pretty strong. It's funny because in that hemisphere it's technically spring. So I think here is where, really paying attention to how to plant seeds within oneself would be wise for people to really check the astrology, especially for where they are. All right, and with that, I yield the floor. Now we're going into the Scorpio zone. Moon's in the 5th. Sun is in the 11th house. All right. With this here, I think this is pretty interesting too. To actually see. This is really, really interesting to see. With this here, I am going to say that really valuing the structure of things, how something's made, how it's built, what is the rules behind it, what is it made up of, be best for those within the Scorpio zone. And for this particular portion, it looks like Jibaso, if I'm seeing that correctly. It's Jibaso, Burkina Faso. So it would be, the people here would actually fare easily, honestly. They would fare from really looking at the values of things behind the scenes. How are things structured? How is something supposed to go about happening in order to see the functionality of whatever it is? It could be a game. It could be a so-called governmental function. It could be the function of an office of some type. Really getting into what makes it work. What's the gears that makes it work? What's the fine tuning? I think there will be many that will get the joy out of looking at the rules and the regulations pertaining to some event or office. And with that, I yield the floor. Now we're going into the Libra zone. We in the Libra zone. We in the Libra zone. Hey! Right? So you muted it, bro. Okay, there you go.
Dang it.
So we're in the Libra zone here. We are looking at, and that looks like Curitiba. I trust that I pronounced that correctly, but no, it definitely looks like Curitiba. Brazil. Sagittarius on the rise here, just after sunrise. All right. Sun still in his own triplicity, of course, while in a fire sign. This is taking place in the 12th and the 6th house. Being very hospitable will be contingent upon one's values and making sudden changes necessary in their own creative self-expression. I think this is where people are going to be taking on a change within their presentation with other people, find a balance in how to interact with others, and be able to find a new means and avenue to pour out information effectively. Alrighty, really, really in order to just kind of bring things home, so to speak. What does that mean? Being able to communicate something that may, fallen on deaf ears only due to a presentation style. So, new styles and presentation will then bring more support. That's what I'm actually seeing here from those that, are either abroad or just people outside of yourself, period. Anyone outside of yourself is technically Sagittarian, right? Because that's foreign. What's what I mean? I'm not saying that they are Sagittariuses. I'm just saying that quality of being foreign to who ye are is what I'm really speaking on. So, with that being said, I yield the floor to our beloved and magnificent brother, in whom are well pleased, Brother Charlie Mel Islam.
Islam, right? So, moving on to the Virgo zone. All right, so we are near Equictos Peru. Now for the Virgo zone, we got Sun now in the first and Moon's in the seventh. I started that was the opposite, and what's just interesting is that this full moon is occurring 9 days after that Sun Martian conjunction. So yeah, when I was just referencing earlier, guys, it's like moving forward. Like, can you really see the new mindset if you have the eyes to, to really see or just understand the energies that are encouraging you to move forward? We know that it's a separating conjunction and reflection, or as they would say, opposition with the Sun and Mars and Luna and Mars. So, yeah, this is about just proper communication, publishing, writing, whether you're, starting to take new classes to learn how to speak or learn how to write or draft, or you're taking up some kind of new form of religion, and not that in a dogmatic sense, but in a true higher learning sense. And you're able to start to just see and be excited about things that are progressing you forward. Scorpio's on the rise there at 15 degrees, 26 minutes. Mars is right there in the first and also ruling over the sixth. So this is a transformation by changing your actions and changing how you eat and do things, while also
Fix your
allowing
actions.
yeah, what was that? What Brother Jack, what's his bio? Rhythmly fixing your actions from within or something like that.
Yeah, his nephew was like, fix your actions. Go ahead, I yield, bro.
Oh man, if we had that a video, yeah. Shout out to Jack's nephew. Fix your actions.
Right? I know, right?
So this is also getting me to, maybe this is like a collaboration of some sort. Maybe someone will be going to a foreign university or receiving some kind of speaking gig or opportunity or coaching of some sort. So yeah, this really allows yourself to work with foreign cultures, foreign people. Maybe it'd be a change of career too, is what I'm really getting. And with that, I yield. All right, let's go back to Leo. All right, and we are near Flora, Minnesota. Still going down Monday. This is at 0300 hours, 16 minutes, 18 seconds. We've got Sun in the second. Now we have Luna in the eighth. We got Venus is already ascended, right? And now the ascendant's at 15 degrees, 11 minutes Libra. I think it was 15 for the last one. So now this here is all about, once again, ruling finances and those who handle finances, or maybe some material possessions needed to go. Maybe this is like a late fall cleaning. You may be donating some things in order to make room for the new, getting rid of just some routines to make for the new things that are settling for yourself, and just the day-to-day things that one is doing. So yeah, and this is definitely occurring more internally, but I think by the time I think it's like December 30th when Jupiter goes stations direct, that a lot of things that have been occurring for this whole time in Jupiter's retrograde will be clear. And you'll be glad that the necessary changes and adjustment was made, to your thinking, to your actions, to your writing, to your communication. And you'll be grateful for the delay, because it's like not being ready, but thinking you're ready, and then something can happen. You say, "Wow, I really wasn't ready for that. I'm glad that happened the way it did. So now that I can, truly see that and just allow the beauty of yourself and working with others to really come into fruition." And with that, I yield. Where you at, Cancer? Bam. Right. So now we're at the Cancer zone, and we are near Carcross Canada Corporation. All right, so now we've got Sun and Moon in the 3rd and 9th here. So this is once again back to higher learning and early education, but now this is about the ego that's occurring. So maybe the ego needs to get out the way, or the sense conscious personality needs to be removed, because we're thinking about our finances in our home, right? Our temple and our energy. And I think the people are really gonna have a clear message of what true spirituality is and what has been occurring pertaining to the area of spirituality and also within the group. So guys, don't be surprised when you see these fake spiritualists out here and these gurus, these preachers, these lawyers, and all these people start catching fire as the people start to educate themselves and become clear on what things are. So the things that are hitting is being brought to light. And this might be by a foreign, government or a foreign figure. I'm just getting, don't be surprised. Mercury's in the 4th, ruling over Luna. So yeah, this is just the proper communication. Jupiter's got some accidental dignity there in the 9th house, being ruled over by Venus that is dominant and still and mutual reception by exaltation with Saturn. So yeah, I think these things are now becoming clear, and be prepared to be launched. This is what I'm feeling. What I'm hearing is like a launching pad, or since it is, Sagittarius season for this, when it comes up, it's like that bow that has been pulled back is now being released. So man, just be excited, be optimistic about the things that are occurring for you, that is always for your greater good, unless one is misusing their will for not the greater good. And with that, I yield.
Alrighty, into the Gemini zone. Alrighty, here we go, guys. For the 26th November 2023, right? That's Sunday. For near, this looks like Meteoro Island, Cook Islands, right? All right. So now we see Luna in the 10th and Sun in the 4th. We had to reverse when I did the last 3 zones that I did: Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Libra. Now I'm going for Gemini, Taurus, and Aries here as far as the zones are concerned, with the Sun ruling the ascendant here, and the ascendant and Venus terms. Interesting. However, Jupiter triplicity. Sun, Jupiter, and Venus are working together here in a sense to make what's going to come to pass when it comes to the people completely reflecting. All right, the people completely reflecting global affairs locally, and then being able to make sure they're securing their position within their own communities. People are really settling themselves, so to speak, within whatever communities they can to help themselves be able to grow as a community and have certain protections, lawfully speaking. I see for this particular region, this is where really getting to know one's own mindset, and so that one can be able to interact with others this is what's going to be very paramount. Really shining the light on expansively valuing the psychological interaction with others. So that's how I'm reading the ascendant, alrighty, based off of Sun, Jupiter, and Venus. Venus is dominant, Jupiter's in Taurus, right? Even though under Mars is dispositorship in this Placidus chart. However, with me just briefly looking at them and quickly with a bit of a whole sign mindset, what I'm actually seeing is Venus is going to allow a certain domination and reflecting psychologically on things for a much better outcome, even to the point where if a disagreement does ensue, it'll be one that's done peaceably because of such extreme differences in opinion. That's what I'll say, what is taking place there. But it's all to secure the community, right? And think about the future. And with that, I yield the floor. I want to see Sun not only now in a fire sign, Sagittarius, but I'm in the fifth house now, having terrestrial, which is accidental dignity, Taurus Islands, Vanuatu. 11th house is where Luna is while it's still in Gemini. Here, I think this is where you can allow this creative energy, right, to be shared to the people. Present what you have to the people that can be presented creatively. Of course, it's going to be some type of electronic transmission pertaining to one's creative expression that's going to take place. And the people are ready to embrace. They are more than ready to embrace your creative expression, and especially those that those creative expressions that are centered, so to speak, or meant to be of interest to the youth. And with that, I yield the floor. Now we're going into the Aries zone. And now Luna is making its rise as the sun sets. This is for the Aries zone, for Magi, Papua New Guinea. Gemini's on the ascendant. Very interesting. The Gemini's on the ascendant here. Aries degree, 25 degrees it is. So with Mercury, of course, in Sagittarius, right? Mercury is out of place, right? Exile, out of place, out of parts. So I still think that's kind of not a bad thing, considering that, again, this is where Mercury can allow that which has been miscomprehended, misunderstood. What can actually take place is a means of bringing right to the forefront those things that are miscomprehended, misunderstood, to the point where analyzing those things, especially once Mercury egresses Sagittarius and then ingress Capricorn, the structure of whatever is presented that's mercurial in its nature, whether it's some type of communication, presentation, written literature that's read, that's been published, what will take place is whatever people are maybe a bit confused but introduced to and starting to look in it, it will really take hold once Mercury ingresses Capricorn. And so I think this is an excellent energy for those within the Aries zone, especially those near Magi, to present what it is that needs to be presented so that the conversation can get started, no matter, even if it's like, oh, what was this guy talking about? What was this woman talking about? That's just odd. Let the oddness or oddity be what it is, because I can see that overall what will take place is a thorough analysis pertaining to how much sense what you presented actually makes. So here I will say, for those within the Aries zone, say what you mean, say what you need to say, and in due time, I'll give it less than a fortnight. Someone will definitely, respond to you in favor of what it is that you're saying, because they took the time to look into it. And it's going to be more than one being who's looked into it, but it's going to definitely be one who speaks up and lets it be known that, they see the bravery in your position pertaining to what you presented. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Alina. Let's learn.
Yes. Man, why does it always go to a small window?
You look perfectly normal to me right now, as far as the
like when I
windows.
come out like the screen share, it'd be like super small, like small square. I'm like, why? But yeah, guys, I got a good feeling
did you
about.
Just have hearts come out your hand? Did you see that?
No, but I saw something like I was like,
do it again when you did super small again. What was that?
Like super small, kind of like a square.
Oh, what is that? What came out your hands just now? What did you, man, bro?
To whoever, this is to you.
Yo, I'm like, what is that? That means Zoom is on one, bro. That means you can do things with your hands or sign language or whatever. That makes me think if I do a C,
because I did. What was I doing that one time when Young Bull was on here with us and I was like waving and it like started like stuff started coming down or whatever. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know if he's like, I don't know what you were doing, bro. I don't know what was happening.
Sucked out or something, and it like started doing. So let's see you do it again.
That is ridiculous.
How am I doing this?
How am I doing this? Wow. Okay. Well, that's the first principle at hand. Let me stop.
You see, if I had love, since I got love in my heart, I gotta let it out.
Right? You let the love out, man. You're hilarious, bro. That's why like this hearts just come out of your hand. Like, all right. Man, this was great. Questions, comments, and or suggestions, man. What'd you see in the chat? Did you see anything in the chat?
Let's see. Probably shout out to Mother Sahar, Derek Blash. Let me see who else. Our usual watchers with us. We got Kimberly Hale says greetings and blessings.
Greetings, peaceful greetings to you all. Yes.
Derek Blash Bay says peaceful greetings.
Indeed, Brother Derek, Mother Sahar, and Kim.
C. Thomas says Islam. And there's Mother Sahar, peaceful greetings to all.
Indeed. All right. Well, guys, questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice and thrice, right? We're just going to wrap up. We're going to get right to that, which we do. We're ready honestly, we're jumping into this work, right? 9 years since taking nationality and birthright seriously for myself, whereas, I and the bros are going to move forward on all this information that we've been able to compile, collect, all these things. And it's time to do some things. So, what will take place, guys, you'll just probably see us get through things a lot quickly promote, and we're going to be working on the things that we need to work on so that, because what I really see, and this is what I trust is going to come to fruition, so mote it be, this is what I will, that we will have across the planet different Moorish communities that are well resourced and resourceful, right? Just like how we've seen these Ashkenazim communities, they'll have their Jewish community center, they'll have their synagogues built, taken care of, families taken care of, and things of that nature, all because of their acknowledging and accepting the trustees, right? So through the trustee acceptance and acknowledgement and acceptance, it's from me on the outside looking in, see that there's been something done to make law and enforce law for our Albion sons and daughters that identify as the Ashkenazim, falsely termed Jewish. That's me being respectful. It's not me being not anti myself. I'm like, oh, that's anti-Semitic. I'm going to be anti myself. I love self, right? It's just after reading for so much these past 9 years, and seeing what things actually mean, I can't lie, you guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't care who is around, who isn't around. Oh, these people may not understand it like this. I don't have time for that. Maybe I'll let someone else translate for people that don't comprehend when I say things certain ways. I just, that's not for me. And I gotta be myself. And there's no future in my fronting. So what you'll see is slowly but surely coming to fruition. This is what I trust, that we take everything that we've studied and learned and eventually have buildings and homes and actual neighborhoods that, help to help the people to have what it is they need without having to worry about, oh, they got to get some Federal Reserve notes, when we know that they're not Federal Reserve agents, making advances to Federal Reserve banks through the instrumentalities pertaining to the United States, right? Since we know these things, we're reading these things, what needs to happen is a sincere conversation with people who we cannot allow them to use plausible deniability anymore. It can't happen like that anymore. So I trust the universe conspires in our favor, and we will that which needs to be done. Period. Anything else, Brother Sean?
Yeah, I'm with that, man. I think it's, Prophet Noble Drilley set everything up for us. We know those who are doing maladministration, but now, the time in this present is to get all these things that are necessary for our people. How much longer are we going to look and admire everybody else, their wealth, how they set up, and not have nothing set up for our own people? And then they try to make us feel bad or whatever type of tactic, trick, psych op, or whatever that we have to do or have these things necessary for us and our people. Like, it's done. It's over. The tsunami wave is about to hit, because it's time for us to have our stuff. And those who are doing things not the right way, you will receive your justice and karma. Like, trust me. Don't think that anything is being looked over, because what you're doing, the prophet is watching at all time. And yeah, it's time for us to come together, whether, first via the internet, and then start setting up all these things in our local communities. Like, why keep giving to systems and people who are not really truly appreciating us, our people, and doing for us as they should, as they would for anyone else, without trying to seem like we're begging or anything. We're demanding. It's past time. There's been too many laws, reading treaties, reading everything else set up for us. And here at Seven Hill Star, we're gonna move forward with the things that we have seen, and y'all can be with us, or y'all can just continue to try to be cliquish and everything else, and it's not happening, yo. Like, ooh, stinks like tuna and salmon.
Those
anyways, yeah, man, it's like that. Ooh, it smell like boodles. But anyways, guys, yeah, it's like it's time. Like, we shouldn't have to be, dealing with these things. We know it's a lot going on, but we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and this is gonna be an interesting spot to be a hot winter. I feel when it comes, like I said, to all these things. Like, when you really read and understand, it's like you can't see it or go back, and that fire lights within you. Because we think about what's the main thing. Everyone's pretty much dealing with the same thing. So it's being clear within ourselves and making those who are in positions clear. And if they don't like it, quit. It's like working at a fast food joint and you mad because it's busy, but you signed up to work. Quit, or do it your job that you signed up to do. And that's where we at. Or for those who are in public trust, who are acting as trustees over the ancestral estate, over the products and goods, when they've already been funded by the federal government, funded by us. And yeah, I yield.
Indeed. I mean, that's spot on, right? So any and everybody, I don't care who they are, policy enforcer, sheriff, marshal, attorney, magistrate, judge, peace officer, hearing officer, administrative officer, All
Constable,
those
special
beings.
master, all y'all.
Yeah, that's a public office, which is a public trust. You guys are public trustees. And this is the time for us to give the instruction to ye trustees. And you do things for the benefit pertaining to those beneficiaries termed posterity. So all that, oh, you're not party to the Constitution. We're the ones spoken about in it, honestly, when it comes to posterity. Because it's our ancestors. And those ancestors set these things in order, which says do, ordain, and establish for a more perfect union, right? Remember that? So at the end of the day, it's time to get these things done correctly without, trying to drag beings like ourselves into federal, state, or local jurisdictions that we never, ever, ever consented to be a part of. All right. So with that, I yield the floor on behalf of Seven Hillstar, I, Brother Hassan Gazio Bey, Brother Sean Mel, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, Brother Corey Bey, and Brother R. Muaba Bey. This is where we say to ye all, go and get some good eatings going on. And when you go to rest and recharge later on this evening, rest and recharge well. It's where we say we love you all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace.
December. Peace.